Hi friends, I'm Christine Hollino and welcome back to another episode of Making Things Fun, Cool, and Sexy. Today we're diving into one of the most important topics for the future of manufacturing, getting the next generation excited about STEM and why starting young is the key to building a strong workforce for tomorrow. I recently visited Bret Harte Middle School in Hayward, California, where I had the privilege of meeting two amazing educators, Edgar Monroy and Evelina Elwood. These two are truly disrupting the way we think about STEM education. They've created something extraordinary, a makerspace in their after-school program that's like a mini R&D lab for middle schoolers. I'm talking laser cutters, 3D printers, and so much more. It's a space where students don't just learn, they create, experiment, and innovate. Mr. Monroy shares something that really struck me. Studies show that girls are more likely to pursue STEM careers when they're exposed to these subjects in middle school. Think about that. By introducing STEM early, we're not just empowering these kids with skills, they're discovering passions that could lead them to manufacturing careers. What's even more inspiring is how these programs come to life. Since the school district doesn't provide the equipment, Mr. Monroe takes matters into his own hands, applying for grants to fund his students' education. And guess what? He secured a whopping $75,000 grant from AWS, Amazon Web Services. That's dedication. During my visit, I got to speak with some of the students and their creativity blew me away. One student designed and made a beautiful ornament for me while another 3D printed my name. These kids are already thinking like engineers and designers. They're making things. Seeing the passion and innovation in that room gave me so much hope for the future of manufacturing. Programs like this are essential if we want a strong workforce down the road. We need to empower students now so they're ready to step into careers in STEM and manufacturing later. So here's my call to action. If you're in manufacturing, if you're a parent, or if you're an educator, let's work together to support programs like these. Let's inspire the next generation to see how fun, cool, and yes, sexy manufacturing can be. Now, let's jump into today's episode because the future of manufacturing starts here with us. Hi students, I am so happy to be here. I met two of your teachers at an event before and they are doing amazing things. You guys are so blessed to be part of this and to know how to make things. It's so amazing. So some of you who haven't met me, my name is Christine Hollino, and today I'm going to share my story of how I went from Hollywood into manufacturing. Out of all of you, who would like to be an influencer or creator when you grow up? Anyone? Okay, well, there's several of you. I now work in a machine shop. I'm manufacturing things, and I am loving my life. My mission and our mission at the family business is to help bring manufacturing back to America. If you guys look at your clothes, your backpacks, pens, pencils, you'll soon realize that they are not made in America. They're probably made overseas, and we lost a lot of our manufacturing skills over the years. So we actually really rely on all of you to relearn how to make things so that we could rebuild this country, rebuild the economy, because the really cool thing about manufacturing is when there's a manufacturing community, one manufacturing job creates 2.5 other jobs. We're working with this startup right now in San Francisco, and they're making consumer robots. And we just finished machining all of the parts, and now they're in the cosmetic design phase where they're trying to figure out what color they want it, what surface finish. So it's so fun, you know, it's so fun, it's so creative, and there's so many possibilities.
On average, what does it cost to when someone orders you guys?
It really depends. Good question. It's so customized, right? So a small part, and it also depends on volume. Hi, I'm here with Edgar Monroy. He is an awesome teacher here at Bret Harte Middle School in Hayward. You are doing amazing things with your students. You're teaching them how to make things. This lab is amazing. I wish I had this when I was a kid. Can you share a little bit about your background? How did you get this started?
So my background was, I've been teaching for 9 years. I've been teaching the engineering program at middle school, here at Bret Harte Middle School for about 6 years now. We have a 2-year course where students are able to explore the engineering design process, solve problems using the engineering design process. They're able to use their computers to do CAD modeling. We were able to integrate 3D printers into our classrooms. They learn how to code and they learn how to use robotics and automation. But we found a need for there to be extracurricular activities after school. So we then started our current after school program, currently called Fem Makers, where we invite students from our engineering program and students that weren't able to select engineering as their elective for whatever reason. So it's really an after school engagement for students who want to explore STEM. We try to target young ladies. Originally we were called Femineers, and early on in my career I learned that I saw a statistic where most young ladies will decide whether or not they want to be in STEM in middle school. So that's kind of always resonated with me, especially now that I have 2 young daughters. So how can we help motivate young ladies at this age to at least consider STEM and not be drawn away from it just because they didn't like their math class or their science class. So we try to bring real-world projects to students as they explore the different makerspace equipment that we have here. Last year, we got a grant from AWS, and with that money, we were able to enhance our makerspace by adding some laser cutters. We also added more 3D printers. We added a electronic station where students are able to explore circuits and work with the soldering, which is really cool to do, especially in middle school.
So cool. How much was the grant?
The grant was for $75,000.
Wow, that's incredible. Because I didn't know this. I didn't know that usually school districts don't provide this type of equipment, right?
Right. It's not standard curriculum to bring in a laser cutter or a 3D printer. Obviously, it could enhance the curriculum, but it's not really in the school district's budget to provide equipment like this. There are grants through career pathways that can help provide this, but the AWS grant we got definitely helped boost our makerspace that we have here. Before we got that grant, we only had 3D printers, and since we got the grant, we added laser cutting, we added electronics. We also added vinyl cutting, which is really cool. The kids really like to use a vinyl cutter to make stickers. They're able to make t-shirts. We didn't make this one here, but the design actually started here before we outsourced it to be made.
That's so cool. Okay, let's show what equipment you do have.
Cool.
What is this?
So here we have 2 laser cutters. This is a CO2 laser cutter, and we have a diode laser cutter. What I really like about these 2 machines is that they're very user-friendly. I'm able to train students in less than 15 minutes and feel comfortable walking away and letting them take their creativity and their projects, bring them to life without me supervising so much. Usually laser cutters, especially the ones in the industry, are a little more complicated to use and they need a lot more training. So it's nice to allow students to get hands-on within 15 minutes. They also come with some filtration systems, some portable filtration systems. So I'm really able to put these anywhere and use them in any small space.
That's so cool. And they're like making ornaments because it's the holiday season right now.
Yeah, so what I like to do with the laser cutters with my class is allow students to go beyond my curriculum. So if they're done with all my work and I don't want them to sit there bored, I want to let them grow and expand into new things. So if students are done with their work, I allow them to come over here and design and laser cut their different projects that they come up with. And a lot of kids do make ornaments to take home. Sometimes they sell the ornaments, which I encourage. I encourage them to sell their ornaments.
We'll show them some business ideas that the students have done here too. So you're teaching them how to make things, you're teaching them how to sell things. It's so awesome. Let's go to the 3D printer. Oh no, let's go check this one out.
So here we have our electronic stations. We have a soldering iron here that they're able to use to make their connections. We have a power station where they can start to test out the the voltage demand of different components that we will buy. We teach them how to use a voltmeter, a multimeter, so that they can test batteries or test their circuits to see if they're getting the right amount of power. This is usually really fun for the kids. Once they learn how to solder, they really enjoy coming back to this station, especially when they're making their custom circuits. But again, this isn't built into my curriculum, but it's something that students can do, especially here after school in our after school program.
Wow.
Or again, if they're done with their work and they want to build something, they're able to.
I didn't get this when I was in school. This is amazing. All right, what else do we have?
So here we have a student who's working on our design station. So I try to have design stations where students can enhance their designs. It's a lot easier to work on a bigger monitor than on a small laptop with a touchpad. So here it's just nice to have that second monitor, which you'll see in a lot of industries. In their offices, they always have dual monitor systems where they're doing multitasking. So it's nice to give them a little bit of that feel here in the classroom.
So they're working off of Canva, they're designing it, and then they could laser cut it on
Correct.
the laser cutter.
Correct. So right now
awesome.
we are using a lot of Canva to do our initial designs. From Canva, we can then transfer those designs to our laser cutters, even to our vinyl cutting machine. And there's some transfers we could do to actually start with Canva and actually end up with a 3D printer. It's a little bit more of a process, but it's also possible to go to the 3D printer with those files.
That's so awesome. So let's take a look at your 3D printers. So these are Bamboo Labs, correct?
With our, this is one of our purchases that we made with our AWS grant. The Bamboo Lab printers are pretty new. They've been great. They've been easy to use. They perform very well. What I like most about the Bamboo printers so far is that they print 3 to 4 times faster than my previous printers. So I'm able to get more students through 3D printing, where before I can have 1 or 2 students print because it takes so long. Mm-hmm. Now I can process 5 or 6 students in one period, which is awesome.
This is incredible. I mean, companies, like startup companies and even full-grown companies, they have Bamboo Labs in their facilities. So for the kids to be able to get their hands dirty with this and understanding how to 3D print things, these are skills that they definitely need in real life.
Right.
Because we deal with that too.
Absolutely. And for 3D printing, we start in Tinkercad because it's a great way to get students introduced to CAD modeling. But before they leave this program, we definitely have them use a professional software, either Fusion, which is Autodesk Fusion, or Onshape, whichever one the students kind of gravitate towards. We've gone with both, but they can take those designs and then transfer them to the Bamboo printers or any 3D printer.
I didn't know that middle school students, that was when they would decide, or at least females, if they're going to go down the STEM route or they're going to choose a different route in life. So I think it's very important that people know this and that middle schools are more equipped like you so that we could inspire and teach the next generation how to make things, engineering, all of that, you know? Do you know, like even in the Silicon Valley area, how many schools, middle schools, let's say, have this type of equipment?
I don't know of too many. I can say in our district, middle schools, we're the only one with a makerspace.
Wow.
There's 2, maybe half of the high schools are starting to get their makerspaces together. There's 1 elementary school that we have that is starting to get their makerspace together. We collaborated with that teacher here first, and I think she took a lot of inspiration back and has gotten her own funding. She had to get funding from outside the district, but it's starting to pop up a lot more. The biggest challenge with makerspaces is if you don't have a teacher that knows how to run the machines. Like a lot of times schools will get donated equipment, they'll get a laser cutter for free, but if without the training and without the integration with the curriculum, it kind of goes to waste because the teachers don't end up using them.
So true. You have something so special here. This is awesome. What is one of your favorite projects that you worked on with the kids?
I think I don't have a specific project, but seeing students light up with their own ideas and kind of reach those aha moments and get fired up about what they're doing is really what brings me joy and helps me stay in this industry and keep going. This morning I was helping two students who were not in this program yet. They were 3D printing some of their projects they did in class, and just with working with them, they asked, can we please join Femineers? And actually they're here today for the first time. So that felt good to see them, you know, now that they went hands-on, all of a sudden they want to be a part of this program. Yeah,
this is so awesome. When I was in school, one of my favorite classes was woodworking class, right? Because you got to make things. And this is, I mean, 100x what we had. So I hope more teachers are able to see this and duplicate it. But then at the same time, our school system needs to be able to, you know, afford this and have this part of the curriculum. Right. And thank you for doing everything that you do.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm here with Miss Evie Elwood, and she is an amazing science, engineering, and a bunch of teachers. I mean, she does a bunch of things here. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Can you share what you do here?
Yes, so during the holidays, the Femme Makers have been working on a Femme Makers store. So these are some of the products that we've created to order for the Femme Makers, including cutting boards, and we have earrings that they've created in 2 different styles, of course. Little ornaments, and we've used our Cricut machine also to make custom totes, like safer sandwiches. So at the end of our process, students are learning how to fill orders, making sure that the orders are going to the correct customer.
That is so awesome. And how do they do that? Is there an app?
So we used JotForm in order to fill out the orders that the customers wanted. Once the JotForm came in, it was all imported to a spreadsheet that the students look at. So they can see after they've created, or what designs need to be created, and once they're created, where they need to go.
That is so awesome. And who can buy these products?
So right now the products are available mostly for school staff and families, but we're hoping to eventually scale out to make this a bigger fundraising opportunity. This is our first year doing the holiday market for Femme Makers, so we're looking forward to expanding.
This is so awesome because they get to learn business skills and they learn how to make things and how to sell it.
Exactly, yeah. So in our manufacturing, the career and technical education, it's about the design process and also the creation, but there's also a production and distribution element to it. So they get the full shebang in our.
That is so awesome. What else have they made besides these things?
For the market, they've made these. They've also made smaller totes. We're working on laptop covers that are also customized. We want to do a lot of Bret Harte branding and get out to our clubs as well, so clubs can have their own custom swag.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to see what else you guys are doing. Whenever you start selling things publicly, please send the link my way.
Oh, we'll let you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, thanks again, and
Sure.
thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.